After their talk, Naruto decides to help Sakura actively search for Madara and to see what's going on, because there's something, they still feel something isn't quite right. So they go to the park where everything started, and Madara appears again, but Madara appears again and taunts them, and then he presents them with Dark Naruto. Dark Naruto's and they decide to go back to the part where it all began. He taunts them, disappears. Madara does, at least I think he does. But I do know that after that, I know for certain that after that, the village is attacked, because as we know, everything's different here, and the village was never really attacked because, well, probably was, but it's been peaceful since then because there's no danger here. So. And another thing and before I go on to that, there's another thing I neglected to mention. When Naruto, before this all happens, goes to the ramen stand, he sees parents together and children, and he stares longingly at them. And it's funny because Sakura starts doing the same in this film once the reality of her parents not being around hits her. Anyway, going back to the village being attacked, they decide to search for Madara, but they are interrupted because the village starts getting attacked by Dark Naruto, who has gathered all his animals together because it's shown earlier in the film that he's killed one of the Jinchurikis and got her beast. It's the female one. I can't remember her name. Yugito, I think her name was. And she's dead. So this implies that Dark Naruto has got hold of all the other Jinchurikis, but he's after Naruto's Kyuubi, thanks to being spurred on by Madara. The Two Tails. He's killed the Jinchuriki of the Two Tails, and he sealed it into one of the other. He sealed it into one of the other. He sealed it into one of the other animals that he's brought with him. So these animals he uses, he's got all sorts of animals with him, and I think the tiger, because they've been very clever here. They've got Seryu, Byakko, Suzaku, and Genbu, and these are constellations, or gods, I suppose, from Japanese mythology, and each of them have 8 or 7 constellations. So their relevance to the story is that they are linked to the Jinchuriki, and there is a fox among them, and that, as I said before, is the Kyuubi, or Dark Naruto's Kyuubi. So he starts attacking the village, and people have been hurt and stuff like that, and Sakura is nowhere to be seen, and it turns out she's been kidnapped by Madara and Dark Naruto. Now Naruto has a building almost fall on him, but for a moment, Kushina and Minato, who are defending the Hokage, they can't see where he is, and Kushina's afraid he's dead. But then he wakes up and realizes where he is, finds out that Sakura isn't there, has fleeting thought of the fact that she's died, of the fact that she could be dead, but shakes those off. And goes after Madara and Dark Naruto. And it also turns out that the scroll which Tsunade put away in the archives earlier in the film has disappeared. And I can't quite remember what was contained within that scroll, but Madara and Dark Naruto were after it. So they go off, and Naruto goes after the scroll. Along with the intention of finding Sakura. Naruto's parents protest at him going, but he tells them that he has to go. There's no choice. He goes to the ruins of Sakura's house, and finds the 4th Hokage coat there. and again, something else I neglected to mention earlier in the film, Sakura smiles at the fourth Hokage, or is shocked. I can't remember her reaction, but she finds the fourth Hokage cloak in one of her drawers in the house, and that was obviously what her father wore. Now now Naruto puts it on, and Naruto, they ask why Naruto is going. It's dangerous. His parents ask why he is going after Dark Madara and Dark Naruto, and his answer is the fact that he's the child of two heroes, and walks off. The fact that he's the child of two heroes, and he goes off to fight Madara. He comes across Madara being he fights Dark Naruto, and there's an amazing clash between two Kyubis. At this point, it becomes obvious that the film is set before Naruto the film is set before the fact that Naruto becomes friends with the Kyubi and finds out that the Kyubi is called Kurama. Anyway, he realizes that he can't use chakra mode here because he just can't. It just doesn't let him. He doesn't have enough power. But he fights. But the Kyubi lends Naruto his power, and they are able to fight. And it's a brilliant fight. It really is. And it's pretty cool. I really enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. It's very good. And but I forgot to mention that before they are fighting, before they start fighting, before they start fighting with the Kyubis, Naruto keeps sensing this strange presence, and the seal on his abdomen starts pulsing, and it's a strange feeling, and it starts hindering his movements and his abilities in battle. But there's nothing he could do about it, and he tries his best to fight. Dark Naruto. Naruto's Rasenring. Dark Naruto's Rasenring is absolutely amazing. The Rasenring looks like a planet, a small dark planet with a planetary ring around it, and it destroys everything. It's absolutely destructive, absolutely devastating, and he uses this Rasenring. He uses this Rasenring to destroy the village. The village is a complete ruins, and there's a huge crater where he struck. So everything is in chaos. So whilst that's going on, and Minato and Kushina are helping the Hokage, Naruto is still fighting with the dark Naruto, and he manages to defeat him, kills him, I think, or renders him unconscious at least. But then suddenly Madara appears and takes control, and his transparent figure, somewhat like a soul, sinks into Dark Naruto's body and reanimates it. And he is now in control of Dark Naruto's abilities, powers, and his own Kyubi. And this is where we see the fact that he's got a Sharingan. So those who wondered why Dark Naruto has a Sharingan in the pictures, now you know. It's Madara's fault. Madara fights him, and Naruto's having a hard time. And at this point, he's trying to fight. At this point, he had tried to rescue Sakura before this because she's being held by what looks like some seals attached to this building. She's being stuck there. But then and Naruto's having problems trying to get to her, but then Akatsuki come in, and at first Naruto's put on edge because Akatsuki start fighting him and Madara, and at first he's on edge because he doesn't know what to think, and oh dear, what's going on here. but they seem to be allies. And I think the fourth Hokage, I think the Hokage summoned them or something. I can't remember. But Dark Naruto notices that Akatsuki's come, and Dark Naruto notices that Akatsuki's come, and he doesn't stand a chance. So Sakura is free, gets free of Sakura is freed thanks to Naruto and Akatsuki. Naruto entrusts Sakura to Akatsuki, Itachi in particular, and Sasuke's brother. Ooh, can you see something going on here? And goes off to fight. Goes off to fight Dark Naruto once again. I don't remember whether at this point Dark Naruto was being controlled by Madara or not, but either way, he goes back to fight his enemy again. Sakura tries to join him, but he is held back by Itachi, who tells her to let him go. But you can tell how badly she wants to help a teammate. So she reluctantly agrees for a bit, and she starts getting and she gets taken away to safety by Itachi, who protects her from any debris or any of the other enemies that are about. So whilst Akatsuki are fighting those other animals, Naruto still goes back to fighting. Whilst Itachi and the others are fighting and protecting the village and Sakura, Naruto is fighting Dark Naruto. There is a point in which Dark Naruto absorbs the other animals, which implies that he's got either that the other animals are the other pieces of the Kyuubi, or they're the other parts of the other Jinchurikis, the other tailed beasts. But I reckon they were part of the Kyuubi, because he absorbs them into his body, and he's able to manifest more power by doing so. Either way, it doesn't look good for Naruto. Naruto gets defeated because Madara is now inhabiting Dark Naruto's body, and Itachi is forced to let Sakura go because she's too upset about Naruto and too worried that he could be dead or something, because she doesn't want him to fight alone, and they were meant to fight Madara together anyway. So she tries to aim a kick at Madara, but it goes through him, and she just ends up creating another crater in the park, like she did at the beginning of the film. So she didn't try and punch him at the beginning of the film. She actually tried to kick him, but it didn't work. So she ended up busting the ground instead. And it doesn't work. The scroll is on the floor. The scroll that Dark Naruto was carrying is on the floor by Naruto's collapsed body and by Naruto's prone form. And at that point, Madara uses his Sharingan to try and make Naruto to forget everything, forget who he is, what he is, where he is, and how he came to be there. And Naruto lies in a trance, unconscious, and dying. It seems to be dying, and Sakura's yelling for him to wake up, whilst she's starting to fight Madara. Madara defeats her, but it's nice to see her fighting, because I've never really seen her in any of the movies try and take a crack at the main villain the way she's doing here. But she's on the floor, and there's nothing much she can do now, and Naruto isn't moving. And then suddenly, he gets assaulted by memories which he doesn't remember having, and these are the memories of the real world, and he remembers who he is. Breaks through Madara's the genjutsu, whatever Madara did to him with his Sharingan, and looks at the scroll, which makes him completely remember. And he uses the scroll